everyone, welcome back to Imperium. So today's lecture is gonna be about inline function, friend function, and constructors. So without further ado, let's start. So inline function and friend function are very small topics. So let's start. I'll explain you all the topics with the code itself. With the help of code itself. Now, inline function is basically a function that is used or that is written in a single line. Let's see first what inline function is in theory, and then I'll explain you what inline function is with the help of the given code. Inline function in C++ is a function expanded in a line at the point of function call. At the point of function call. When the function is declared as inline, the compiler attempts to replace the function call with the actual code of the function. This can reduce the overhead of the function call. Now, inline keyword is used. For example, in this program, inline, the keyword inline is used. Inline int add, int a, int b, return a plus b. Now, your return a plus b, as we have used int, the return data type. In int main, int x is equals to x is equals to 5 and y is equals to 10. Here we have declared the value for x and y. Int result, now we have given the string, or let's say we have used the word result to store the result or to store the value. Int result is equals to add x y. Now here we have calling the inline function add. Here we are calling the inline function add, as we have used the keyword inline. First, we do not need to write the whole function. That is, there is no need to write the whole thing. Just we can write the name of the function, that is add x comma y. Now see out the sum is, and then we use this to print the result. Now let's execute this. Let's compile this and run this. Okay, the sum is 15. Now, as we can see, we have executed our program successfully without any errors. So this was basically inline function and friend function. So this is the friend function. These are very simple and very small topics. You do not need to bang your head over these topics. These are hardly 20 lines. So I hope inline function is clear. So inline function is basically a function which you write in a single line. Inline function basically is a function that you write in a line, and the compiler calls the code. For example, here add, we have written the inline function. Thus, the compiler will run this. The compiler will call the function here. In place of the function call, the compiler will replace it with the code itself. I hope it is clear and I'm not confusing. So this is basically the work of inline function that do not complicate the program. And we use inline function when there is very frequent use of the function. So in place of writing that code again and again and again, we give the keyword inline to that function and then we call the function. So I hope inline function is clear. Let's move on to the friend function. Now, friend function is a function which is declared in the class, and friend function is a function which can access the private and protected part of the class. That is the private and protected members of the class. Okay, so as I said, that friend function is a function with which we can access the private and the protected part of the class. Let's see that with the help of this example. So, class person, private, we have privated the age, public person int a, age a. So let's say we have used the friend function. Now here, how we define the friend function is that we use the friend keyword. Here we have used the friend keyword. Now void show age is the function, and the just because we want to make this function the friend function, we have added the keyword friend. This is how we declare the friend function. Now end of the class. Void show age, person p, see out age. I hope you all know this now. This is used to give the output, that is see out, and p dot age will give the age of the person p. Now int main. Person 30. Now, this person is the class person, and the second person is the object person. That is, we have created the object of class. I hope you all are clear with this. We have taught this, we have learned this in the previous lecture. So, person 30, now 30 is the age. Show age person. Now, show age is the function that we call for person, the object person, and then return 0. Now, let's see, let's run this program. As you all can see, we get here age 30. So our program has been executed successfully without any errors. So this is what basically friend function is. Now int age. Age is private, thus we cannot access the age outside. Okay. So here, just because we have used the friend function, we get to see the age of the person, that is 30. That is the reason why we could see the age of the person, that is 30, in the output. I hope I am clear with inline function and friend function here. Now to um, let's move on to constructors. I think just go through the code once of inline function and friend function, and then we'll start constructor. Okay, so let's start with constructors. Now, basically, there are three types of constructor, that is default constructor, parameterized constructor, and copy constructor. So let us first see what a constructor is. So basically, constructor is a special member function that is automatically called when an object of a class is created. The primary purpose of a constructor is to initialize the object's data members. Now let's just see what constructor is basically with the help of program, so that you all will understand what it is. Okay, now I think you all are very familiar with the first thing, that is hash include IOStream using namespace as std. And I think you all are now familiar with the class. How do we define class? How do we write the class? So here we have used the class car, private, model, string model, int year, public car. Now see this car here. We have used car. Now here in the brackets we have nothing. That is, these are the empty brackets. Thus it is called as default constructor. Now default constructor is basically a constructor where you either do not give any values, or the values you take as it is. So here we do not give any value, so thus that is default constructor. Now model is equals to unknown, year is equals to 0. Void display, see out model, model, year. I hope this is clear now. Int main, okay, int main car, my car is the object. Now my car dot display info is used to call the function. It is used to display return 0. Now let's run this program and see the output. See model unknown year 0. So basically, this is what a default constructor is, where you do not write anything here. Now let's see parameterize so that you will understand what it is. Now see the same example that we have taken here. In default, it's just car and brackets, nothing in the brackets. Where in parameterized here it is car string m and int y. That is parameterized. The arguments are given. That is the main difference between default and parameterized. Now let's see parameterized with the help of code. Now you all will understand what it is basically. It is the same code. Class car, private, string model, int year, public parameterized constructor. That is because we have used the arguments, that is string m and int y in it. Model is equals to m, year is equals to y. Void display, see out model, model, year. Int main, car, my car. Now my car is an object, and Toyota and 2022 are given the model and the year. Now my car dot display will display, it is called to display this, it is a function called to display return 0. Now let's run this program and see the output. Okay, as you all can see, model Toyota and year 2022. So I hope it is clear. The default constructor, go through this code once. The default constructor, that is this, and the parameterized constructor. These are the basic difference. Just go through this code once, default constructor code and parameterized constructor code. It is not very difficult, but it is okay, it is simple. Just you all need to understand, you all need to keep the concepts crystal clear. That's it. The third one is the copy constructor. One is the copy constructor. Copy constructor is basically a constructor that copies the constructor that is previous to it. So let's just start with the program. I hope it will be clear eventually with the program. Hash include IOStream using namespace std. Class box, private int length, public box int1 length is equals to 1. Now a copy constructor box constant box and b length is equals to b dot length. Now here it is a parameterized constructor as we have given int1 as the argument to the box. Now here we are copying the value of length from the existing object, that is length is equals to b dot length. Now here and b, here b is the object of box. Copy constructor is nothing but a constructor created just to copy the previous constructor. That's it. Now void display cout length int main box1 is the object. Now 10 we have given a 10 as length. Box2 is equals to box1. Use the copy constructor to create a copy of box1. Now box1 dot display length, box2 dot display length. Now let's run this program and see the output. Length 10, length 10. Now as you all can see, box 1 is length 10 and box 2 is length 10. That is because the copy constructor has copied the length of the first one, that is box 2 is equals to box 1. Here we have given box 2 is equals to box 1. Thus the length is gonna be same. Thus the length remains the same. I hope we are on the same page here, and I hope I am clear with the types of constructors and inline and friend function. These are very small topics and very easy topics. So let's just revise once shortly. So inline function is basically a function which is written in line. The compiler calls the code in place of the function. Inline function is basically used when a function, there is a need to call the function multiple times, thus inline function is used. And friend function is a function which we declare, which can access the private and protected part of the class. Default constructor is a constructor with default values or no values, for example your car. The same parameterized is where arguments are passed. The third one, the last one, the copy constructor is a constructor which copies the constructor that is previous to it. So I think we are clear. Now that is it for today's lecture. We will meet in the upcoming lectures. Thank you.